Hello friends, as you know already that we are preparing for UGC NET Home Science. So in Home Science syllabus, the second unit consists of textiles, clothing and textiles, right? So we are going to start with textiles. So today we are going to learn introduction to textile fibers. In this chapter, we will study definition of textile fibers, classification of textile fibers, basic unit of textile fibers. Then interpolymer bonds in textile fibers, fiber morphology, and then secondary and primary properties of textile fibers. So then we will read definition of textile fibers. So what is a textile fiber? That is a basic concept which we need to understand. A fiber is a linear, pliable material, natural or man-made, that possesses qualities required to be processed into suitable textiles. It is a fundamental unit used in production of textile yarns and fabrics. The definition says fiber is what? Linear, single unit, pliable, which can be twisted or spun. It can be man-made, it can be natural, taken from the natural material, for example cotton, that possesses qualities required to be processed into suitable textiles. It should have some properties so that it can be spun into yarns. So it is a fundamental unit used in the production of textile yarns and fabrics. So the textile fiber is a basic unit which we use for making yarns and fabrics. So next in this sequence, the next definition we have, that is textile material. So definition of textile material says textile is any kind of material that is woven, knitted, tufted, knotted, non-woven or otherwise made by any other fabric construction technique to be produced into a flexible material. So textiles, what we say textile material, it is any kind of material which uses a technique of interlacing or weaving, knitting, like we have sweaters, we have other things with knitting, tufting, knotting we make in the different things. We use non-woven or bonding techniques like, so different fabric manufacturing techniques are used for the construction and produces a flexible material, that is a textile material. After studying about textile fiber and textile material, we will further move to classification of textile fibers. So classification of textile fibers says that there are different types of textile fibers, or textile fiber is classified in different groups accordingly based on the origin, like we have origin, right? Like we have different categories on which they are classified. In 1960, the TFPIA Act, Textile Fiber Product Identification Act, came into effect from the USA, which gave the classification of textile fibers. And on the basis of origin, there are different types of textile fibers like man-made and natural fibers. Then we have general chemical composition, in which we have cellulosic fiber, protein fiber, mineral fiber, synthetic fibers, where we use different chemicals. Sometimes we mix natural and man-made or both. Next we have generic term or family name. On the basis of that, we can classify fibers. Then after that we have common names or trade names. Common names or trade names consist of different names which are given, or codes which are given in the industry to the textile fibers, right? So now on the basis of origin, the textile fibers are broadly classified as man-made or natural fibers. So now we are going to study natural fibers. These are plant fibers. Various parts of plants can be used. For example, fibers may be obtained from seed hair, for example cotton, stem from linen from stem, and banana leaf. from where we take fiber from the leaf part of the banana plant. Next, in this series, we have animal fibers. Fiber from animal sources may be either obtained from their hair, for example, wool, from the extruded form, for example, silk, or from bird feathers. Right? Next, in this series, we have mineral fibers. Mineral fibers can also be obtained from various mineral sources, for example, asbestos fiber obtained from rocks containing silicates of magnesium and calcium. Then we have natural fiber. The major commercial source of natural rubber latex in India is the para rubber tree. Next, we have man-made fibers. Man-made fibers, in the first category, we have regenerated fibers. Regenerated fibers means where we use natural raw material to make the man-made fibers. These fibers are obtaining from reforming, regenerating natural raw materials such as cotton fibers, wood pulp, or natural protein. Rayon is a regenerated cellulosic fiber that was first manufactured using cotton linters and wood pulp as a raw material. Next, we have regenerated modified fibers. So now, what are regenerated modified fibers? Regenerated modified fibers are called with the name because these use cellulosic raw material with some hydroxyl groups. Hydroxyl groups from that are changed with acetyl groups. So these fibers are regenerated from natural cellulosic raw material and modified by partially replacing the hydroxyl group in cellulosic chains with acetyl groups. For example, acetate and triacetate. Next, we have synthetic fibers. We all know we wear synthetic fibers. We all know about synthetic fibers. Synthetic fibers are the fibers which are made from the chemicals, synthesized from chemicals, right? These are the manufactured under controlled conditions to form a polymer which doesn't exist in a natural state. So first polymer made fiber was nylon. Nylon was the first synthetic fiber to be developed in 1938 by DuPont in the USA. This was followed by the development of other fibers such as polyester, acrylic, olefin, etc. In this series, next we have inorganic fibers. Inorganic fibers, these are glass and few metal fibers, for example gold, silver, which are thin, long, pliable filament strands. Next we have synthetic rubber. Synthetic rubber is obtained from petroleum byproducts. The most prevalent synthetic rubber is styrene butadiene rubber, derived from styrene and 1:3 butadiene. Other synthetic rubbers are prepared from isoprene, chloroprene, and isobutylene.